What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be giving you guys how to get to Unreal in Ranked Reload as a noob. Obviously a noob just means you're not the greatest fighter, and you don't want to engage in too much fights or really like any shooting. This is a win. I'll be pretty much just doing a voiceover on what I do, and yeah, so this is where I land, the bridge. This is where I recommend landing if you don't want to fight. It's usually uncon since everyone just wants to get into the action pretty early. But pretty much all spawn, you just want to farm, get as much loot, as much mats and heals, just get loaded up for that mid to end game, since reload does go very quick. And yeah, just there's a good vending there actually to buy bigs. What I did here is I just saved that. And look at the loot I got earlier. I mean, like purple SMG, purple pistol, pump. It's really good loot here, and I haven't even looted a quarter of it. It'd be nice if there was a slope truck here though, but there isn't. Okay, so once you're done looting off spawn, once you got like really good mats like I do here, shockwaves and all, you want to start rotating out, but do not rotate to the middle of the map. You'll just get keyed and die. You do have 2 reboots in case something goes wrong, but I recommend just sticking to the edge of the map like I'm doing here. And there's always just, you know, chests that people miss since no one really lands edge map. But yeah. Okay, so right here, guys, you can see I'm getting pretty much fully keyed. But then he just decides to disengage and shockwave away. But what I do here, if you guys aren't the best fighters, this is a real good trick. Especially if you have a pistol, never engage in the fight, especially if they're running. If they're just gonna box like this, I wouldn't recommend running. So this could be a very free kill you could get here. What I would recommend doing is just pretty much sitting in a box and see how on edge zone's about to pull like that. It forces him to rotate, and I have shockwaves, so I can pretty much, you'll see me in a like minute or so. I'll go in front of him and then look back, and I end up finding the kill. He's not a good player clearly since he's not fighting, so he's probably doing the same thing as I'm doing. But yeah, so pretty much what we want to do here is, you know, just shoot, get him a bit nervous and all that, and then you'll see I will shockwave ahead of him before zone comes. Okay, so right here is where I shockwave pretty much like ahead of him to the side, so I'm not in his line of sight. I see a chug here in the chest. I'm like, wow, some free loot there. So what I did here is I saw him just sitting behind a tree because he's scared. He doesn't know what to do. I hit him with a 97 tag, and now he's in storm. He's nervous. He pretty much knows he's going to die. And I just finished him off there. I recommend getting the loot, especially if it's in storm and I have a chug. So get all the loot you can. And definitely, when you're at this stage of the game, get an AR. Do not carry an SMG. Early game, I'd recommend carrying an SMG, but mid game, carry an AR. And make sure your mats are pretty much 555 like mine are. And then you pretty much just want to rotate to a high ground position on edge of zone, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so you're on high ground and you're on edge of zone on a hill. You want to build up around 3 to 4 layers high, and if there's any spare heals on your hill, just chuck it next to your box just in case you get like tagged or something. And this is really smart. So why this is so good in reload is pretty much when people die and they respawn, they usually respawn on the edge of zone, and you'll see right now I get a free as kill because this guy's just gliding on the edge with no loot, so I get a free kill. And if you're a noob, any kill is like that is an extra bonus. And I do kill that kid again from the same thing. Obviously another kid gliding here. I missed a lot of bullets. I think I hit 2 bullets on him, not just 1. But as you can see, like there's so much free kills you can get in some games. That's why I recommend carrying an AR, sitting on an edge of zone on a hill. Usually you won't get keyed. I do later in the game because everyone's kind of, they don't really know what to do. But right now it's more mid game. Everyone's kind of just fighting in the middle. And yeah, you would just be able to get easy shots onto everyone. And look at my loot. I'm so stacked going into end game. And yeah. Okay, so right here I find a really good 130 tag. And if you do that, you pretty much just want to keep applying pressure onto the walls. Like this, just little tags. And for some reason, I don't know how, but that kid died to full damage. I got the freest kill. And then watch this. This guy is running straight into the line of sight. Bang, bang, bang. Kill him again. And pretty much from this point on, just set me up for the end game. There's only like 6 to 8 people alive. I have 4 kills, which is really handy. My mats are 555. Ammo is insane. And I've been gifted with a supply drop. Usually they spawn around edge zones, so if you are sitting on edge, you're most likely going to get it. And in reload, definitely carry shockwaves. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. Definitely carry shockwaves. But yeah, you pretty much just want to stay on edge. And yeah. Okay, so right here, I hear a kid. He just instantly just shockwaves on my head and keys me. Obviously because I'm edge zone. But when there's a pier wide, like especially like tilted, you just want to run into a building. This guy starts fighting me as well. He would never really get to me because I'm pretty much just hidden. But you want to get into a building at this stage in the game. I probably should have done it a bit earlier. And you can pretty much just hide in the building, lurk around. You won't get keyed because, I mean, who's going to find you in here? If anyone finds you, you got shockwaves anyway. There's only 5 people alive. So pretty much just from this point forward to moving zones or half and half, you just want to play passive because this is the time where if you do engage a fight, you most likely will get third-partied and you will die. You'll see, I start shooting at kids later in the game, and it's pretty much just because I'm third-partying them and they all die. But yeah, you just want to just chill. Don't do anything too risky. There's a supply drop over here on edge. I recommend getting anything on edge because everyone will be fighting usually. And yeah. Okay, so at this point in the game, you're in moving circles. It's a 1v1v1. Usually the games are pretty dead. And at this point, you really want to go for high ground. If no one's established on it, go for the height. Like, I guarantee you, this is... Like, go really high up as well. This is, like, the best thing you can do, especially if you have a pistol. This is pretty much what won me the game at this point. There's only 2 kids alive, and they either have to fight each other or contest me. And if they contested me, I'll just shockwave off. Freest win ever. I mean, I got 4 kills. All I have to do now is sit on height. The worst thing you can do here, and a lot of people make this mistake, especially as a noob, is overpeak. Especially if there's pistols in the game, you just get your head pretty much chopped off. So you just don't peek like at all. Like, I'm not peeking at all. Right here, you just want to shockwave to opposite height. Saw a bit of loot. Definitely get that for the extra mats. I've pretty much got like 50 brick there. And then here, I crack a kid. Now they're both under pressure. This guy shoots back, hits some good shots, and then I pretty much just find a pretty easy kill here. He's only like 30 HP, so now it's a 1v1, and I hit in a really good shot here. So yeah, you don't really have to play. You don't have to play aggressive at all to win reload games, especially with 6 kills. Like, you can just sit on edge, kill kids out the air, get good loot early. And just play smart. Don't be dumb, and you'll rank up to Unreal really quick. Like, as you can see here, I'm Unreal. So make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and yeah.